Now, it's estimated that up to 250,000 mothers in Britain were forced to give up their babies in the decades after World War II, with the majority never reuniting with their children.
Well, as campaigners renew their calls for the UK government to issue a formal apology for what happened, events are taking place to commemorate those affected, including one event at a former home for unmarried mothers in Cornwall. From there, Tamsin Melville sent us this report.
That is literally all I've had for 50 years.
It was 1956 when a 19-year-old Lyn Rodden from Camborne gave birth to her son at Rosemundy Mother and Baby Home.
But I had to get on a train and take my son up to Bath and leave him in an office. A woman just came out and said name, and so told her, "I'll take the baby," she said, and she took him into the back office. Came out, said, "Hurry up," she said, "catch your train." She said, "And back to St Agnes, you'll be there for another 6 weeks." That was it. Cried all the way home.
Eventually reunited with her son 50 years later, for Lyn, a public plaque means everything.
It was awful here, it really was awful. And it's lived with me all my life. I'm sorry.
Gathered at what is now a hotel were mothers, adoptees and relatives from across the country who are survivors of forced adoptions at various unmarried mothers' homes. Now living in Newquay, Suzanne Postings was adopted in 1970 from a home in Shropshire.
You know, I'm 55 now. I've never seen or heard of anything that's giving recognition to what the women went through, what the families went through, what the children went through.
Roger was born here in 1953 and adopted by a family in Hale at 6 weeks old. He says babies were lined up under this tree.
They used to push the prams out in the morning and people used to come and choose you. So it was a bit barbaric the way they did it, but that's the way it was, I think.
It wasn't everyone, but it was common for young mothers to be pressurised into giving up their babies. A driving force behind this first ever public recognition is Phil Frampton, born here in 1953, followed by years in foster care.
It was a terrible time and the government needs to recognise its role and apologise. It's really time you acted. And when you see the plaque, I hope you'll have a second thought or even hang your head in shame that you've actually not acted and left the people to do it.
If Canada, Australia, all over the world, Wales and Scotland can say sorry, why can't these politicians use it? It's like a 35-letter word to them.
The Department for Education spokesperson said this abhorrent practice should never have taken place, and our deepest sympathies are with all those affected. We take this issue extremely seriously. Tamsin Melville, BBC News.